Alright, 2012 F-150 5-liter V8. We're doing the rear brake pads and rotors. I already did one side, but I figured I'd show you how to do the next. Pop the hood, take the cap off the brake booster, the brake fluid reservoir. I like to use a jack stand, put it right between those bolts for the leaf spring. Before you jack it up, crack these loose. This is a 21mm bolt. Just use a deep well socket. It's a lug nut, not a bolt. And once you crack those loose, I'm just gonna jack it up. Alright, so you cracked those 21mm lug nuts loose. Take the wheel off. Now a lot of these Ford trucks, especially the 7-lug wheels or 6-lug, the tire nice and it's on there pretty good. So kick the hell out of it. Take the sledgehammer to the back of the tire. Break it off. Next up, 13mm. You could use impact gun, socket wrench, regular wrench, whatever. There's plenty of room. And then pop off the outer. Get this out of the way. Beautiful. Set those to the side. All right. This should come right off. This, don't twist that braided line, but we can set it back here on the leaf spring out of the way. You know, make sure it's not gonna fall, mess anything up. Next, we're gonna grab these brake caliper, the bracket bolts, just two, I believe they're 18mm. Slap it on there like so. You can use the impact gun on the bottom one. There's not a whole lot of space for this top one, so I'll show you what I do for that. Nice and easy. Caliper bracket bolts out. This slides right off. I like to just keep the brake pads in it, and we'll just come back to this here in a minute. We'll set this to the side. This is a pain in the butt sometimes. The e-brake brake pads work kind of like a drum. They're internal. So they're not squeezing, but they're rubbing against the inside of this. It makes this kind of difficult to pop off. It's also going to be corroded. It's going to have brake dust, all that fun stuff. Since we are replacing this, I don't care if I put marks on it, so I'm going to use my mallet, or my big boy hammer. You can use a mallet though, you know, something with some weight on it, because, oh, you know what? I just got super lucky. The last one did not come loose like that, so that does not always happen. Usually you got to tap this thing off. So, but yeah, I'll take it from the side, avoiding the heat shield. Tap it off. All right, got the old drum off. Got the new drum right there. If I had it on me, unfortunately, my work vehicle broke down, so I'm using a different vehicle. I don't have my drill with the you know, the thing with the stuff to clean this up, so, but it's not in bad shape. It's really not. So we're gonna slap like so. There's a wear mark right here, and I'll reuse these unless they need to be replaced, because I find a lot of times I'll do these brake jobs and the new shims, they're not perfect. Sometimes they poke out too far, they rub against the rotor. Next thing you know, I got a customer calling me back for some weird noise. The brakes are fine, it's just rubbing. Now put one ear up to the wear mark And then the other ear should slide right on like so. Kind of give it some love taps. That went too far. Beautiful. I'm gonna let the caliper do the compressing. So right now we're just focused on getting it on there. Nice and square, nice and even, so that it doesn't bind up when it gets compressed by the caliper. Slide this on, just on the... Voila. Easy peasy. Got it on there. Slap this back on. Thought it whatsoever. I basically get it really nice and tight with my hand, hold it there, and I use the hammer and tap it until it's at about a quarter of a turn. Can't really show you without the phone falling, but I already did that. It's the same thing. Nice and tight by hand, and take the hammer. Maybe not a quarter turn, that might be too tight, like 45 degrees. All right, so we got the rotor on, caliper bracket, brake pads. Now, compress the piston. Alright, beautiful. I'm gonna pop these bolts in real quick. Need both hands. These bolts do not have to be tight. If you're using an impact gun, just a little something. This impact gun is actually pretty messed up, so it looks like I'm putting a bunch of torque on this bolt. I'm not. This gun is had it for a very long time. It's not gonna last much longer. There we go. Jesus. Now, it's almost like these wheels are press fit. I mean, they're not, but you really need to go in a crisscross pattern, like a star pattern, because you don't want to bend a lug nut stud or anything like that. If you haven't done them a lot, I would recommend getting a torque wrench because you can over tighten these, especially on the Fords. These lug nuts like to swell because it's actually, the lug nut's made of two different pieces, an aluminum jacket, and then the actual nut itself is inside of it, that jacket. So you just want to get these tight enough. I used to work at World Ford, so I've probably done this 300 times. Now that you're done with everything, it's on the ground, lug nuts are tight, you're happy with your work, come in here, throw the cap back on it, keys. I'm going to turn this bad boy on and we're going to pump that brake to compress those pistons. Give it a second. Oh yeah, that feels good. Some good brakes right there, god dang. Cool. And that's how you do brake pads and a rotor replacement on the rear of a 2012 F-150 5-liter V8. Later.